Alright, so today I have a almost mono white deck. Here's the concept. I have this theory that Fable of the Mirror Breaker is undeniably the best card in Standard right now. You could argue that there may be some stronger things like Shieldred or, I don't know, Farewell, the new Teferi Planeswalker, but I feel like this is a 3-mana card that creates a creature that's half decent right away, then filters 2 cards out of your hand if you don't have the perfect hand already, and then becomes a must-answer threat. So it just does so much. So what I've done here is I've taken a deck that I know rolls relatively well, a mono-white mid-range deck, and I've just cut a couple 1/1s and an Adeline and the 1-mana white spell that gives hexproof and indestructible. So I just cut four cards that are definitely good, but not as good as Fable the Mirror Breaker, to see how it rolls. I have not play tested this deck, but I'm gonna go right into it, right into ranked, and I believe in this. Like, there's some good synergies here. Fable the Mirror Breaker help you discard a Sanctuary Warden so that you could cast it a turn early with Invoke Justice. Fable the Mirror Breaker eventually becoming reflections and copying Sanctuary Wardens. That's also disgusting. Copying Brutal Cathars. That's disgusting. I love it. Let's see how it does. Love opponent's name here. Mojo Jojo. Hand kinda sucks. God, if I draw one more though, one more land, I get to the Fable. Do I trust my deck? I'm on the draw. I don't trust my deck. God, I should have kept it. I'm not going to 5, that's too risky, but I should have kept it. Now if I hit a land, I'm like maybe in the game. At least there, if I hit the land, I'm in good shape. Oh well. So you win some, you lose some. Bad mull decision. Happy to pay 1 mana and get rid of the Swift Spear. If we're playing against mono red, all we gotta do is survive. Pretty fast, opponent, pretty fast. The Farmhand just chumps and dies. I'm gonna play this. It trades and gains life. He went to face last turn with Play with Fire, so now he's regretting it, wishing he had a 1 mana removal spell for this. Ah, he's so happy. Hit the land. Brutal Cathar. They both have haste, which sucks if it gets removed. But I'll take the check here since it flies.
Yep, I'm basically a professional at saving Innistrad by now.
Does he add 1 red mana, or does he exile the top card? Yeah, just deals 1 damage.
I'd love to.
Okay, well, he's on 23. Take a chip out of the Planeswalker. I'll play the Serra Paragon. And then maybe opponent scoops. I'm at 9. He's got a lot of work to do. Next turn I can forget about my graveyard. Just cast Ambitious Farmhand. Search for planes, play the planes. Use 3 mana and transform him, because I will have Coven. That's kind of a priority here, because getting a lifelinker against mono red is essentially invaluable. Very good opponent, very good. I like that I have the Fable, but I'm gonna stick to the plan here. Still think it's better to have a lifelinker. I'm never blocking the Swift Spear with the Cathar, am I? Maybe I am.
This went way different than I expected.
What did you top deck? Feels like we're in it. Oh yeah, that's a good game now. As soon as you gain 4 life and I got 2 life linkers on the board, it's over. What else you can what can you do? I mean, he could rope me. That would be a power move. Show me who's boss. No, opponent's a good guy. He's got better standards than that. Let's go. Pressure's on. Now here's the scoop. Oh, unless he has that card that deals 16 damage to my face. No, he doesn't have it. GG, opponent. Alright. Not having a turn 1 or 2 play on the draw is bad. But here's the pro move. You look at their sleeves. See that? That's not an aggro player. That's a control player. You can see by the skull. He hates his life. He wants to die. Obviously, the guy plays control. So you're fine to keep these hands when they have that sleeve. That's really the kind of things you got to look at if you want to get good at this game. You know, it's not about knowing what cards are good. It's not about knowing what decks counter what or how to play against certain things. You really just got to look at what kind of sleeves do they have. What kind of emote or avatar do they have? You see, that's Fable, a notorious control creature. So, since we're playing a degenerate control player, you don't need to worry about aggro. This hand's fine. I'm not going to get beat down by aggro, so you can keep this. Speaking of which, look at me. I'm also telegraphing the deck I got. This just screams mono white mid-range. Oh my god, opponent. You control degenerate freak. Just play the game, man. Cast a spell. You can do it. Oh my god, the turn 2 rope. Well, this is just awful content. I might just skip this one for you guys. Look at you making decisions. You played that land so fast. Wow, I'm impressed. Oh, offer him the trade. I'll get rid of that Flesh Gorger for 1 mana happily. Opponent goes deep in the tank once again. I'll pay 3 life, get rid of that. Drawing a land would be good. Otherwise, if it's not going to be a land, a 2-drop would be good. So I could double spell with Farmhand, go get a land, play it, cast another thing. But if not, it's not the end of the world. I could still spend 3 mana, put a counter on the Assembler. This is a card I haven't seen anyone else playing yet. I've never seen it cast against me, but it seems good. Like, sometimes it's a 4/5 for 5, which isn't great, but most of the time it's a 2/2 when you need it. It's got Vidge, gets bigger. Alright, land is good. As much as I want to just leave 4 mana up for the Wandering Emperor, I feel like it says too telegraphy. Like, it just kind of tells them exactly what I have. So instead, I Cathar, I get rid of the Underdog, because he's a pain to block. And I go. Then I have 1 mana to put on the Assembler, so I'll make him a 3/3. So I can block the Sleeper no matter what if he attacks with it. And then if he just blocks with the Shadow, I just take it. It's probably going to result in 2 damage. Might result in a little bit more. But he attacks with both, so that's fine. Offer up the trade on the Sleeper. That's fine. Go ahead and do it again. I'll force him to do it. I want the man to spend his mana. Now I just take full advantage of this poor guy. Easy little double spell here. Farmhand, attack with both, Wedding Invitation, draw a card, transform both the brutes, get rid of the shadow. Things are looking good. I'd love to draw some Kiki-Jikis so I could see how the addition works. I don't know what this guy's talking about. He's just oopsing for no apparent reason. Draw a card. That's fine. I didn't pick which one he goes under. It's probably the better one anyways. Sack the Farmhand. I don't want him getting any of those good creatures back. And there you have it. Here, now is the time to leave the Wandering Emperor up so these both transform. Be good if you invoked a spirit again, then in response, I Wandering Emperor -2 it. Keep both those guys, and that's lethal. You know, he expects that invoked a spirit is super strong. He wouldn't expect, yeah, see? God. Sometimes, man, sometimes things just play out exactly how you see them playing out, and you just feel like you're LSV or some legend. GG, opponent. Except for the fact that you roped me on turn 2 and like 3 other times after that for no reason, but GG. Man, I see a lot of people using this avatar. Guess because it's new and it looks pretty cool. Love this hand. Look at that. See this? This is a control player. Only freaks would use a sleeve like this. Control freaks. That doesn't look like control colors. Is you faking me out? Ah. I'll just play it like I would. Don't really need more than one bread source, which I already have in hand, so just get more planes. I have that 1 mana card, Lay Down Arms, that cares about how many planes you have, so I'd rather get those in case it's relevant later. You got this, opponent. I believe in you, friend. So you know what? This does feel like control. Not gonna lie, it feels like Boros control, which you don't see every day, but I certainly think is a thing. Tempted to choose to discard the Sanctuary Warden, but that's probably bad here. I think I'll discard an Intrepid Adversary and perhaps something else, depending when I draw. This feels a lot like control. Okay, so it's Naya. Naya lands? I don't need 2 Wandering Emperors, so we'll open both. Do that. Cast another one of these. Must answer threat that does something right away. You see, like, he used a card to get rid of a token, and it's still on the board. Gonna transform into something massive that must be answered next turn. Card's so good. Next turn I Sanctuary Warden now. Discard up to 2. Hand is so good already. I'm gonna actually do 0. He has to exile the Sanctuary Warden, but he also has to deal with the Kiki-Jiki. Opponent in bad shape. That's a good card. That's one way that he gets out of this, is if he combos off a couple of those. But he's far from that. And now I'm doing the thing.
Now you've done it. training.
Oh man, feels so good. Reflections on Sanctuary Warden. Now, if you have a one-mana enchantment, it would make 3 of those, and then they would all be flying and massive. Doesn't have it. Oh. When it becomes block, untap 3 lands. No, sir. No, sir. We're going all out. We're not playing safe. We're playing super safe here.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Some sort of 1 green mana flash enchantment spell to make 3 tokens and make them all fly. Still probably doesn't even cut it. Deck rocks, man. This card is so good. Making 1 mana Sanctuary Wardens with haste. Oh, oh god. Beautiful. Good game, opponent. That was a fun one. Just a couple more and that'll be the video. Okay, Naysayer, good luck to you. This is fine, only 2 lands, but Farmhand is essentially a land, so start with the Sundown Pass, so I can cast them turn 2. What kind of sleeves are these? Oh, players not aggro, we're fine. This deck almost wants to match up against aggro, because it plays enough low end to not die early, and then just goes way too big on them. But it also does well against other mid-range decks, because I feel like it's a bit faster than them. Just really control is a pain in the butt. Like this. This, 4-color deck. Everything but white so far. What's his theme? Maybe tell from this? No. Maybe just playing the best cards from those 4 colors. Pretty ingenious deck idea. Next turn, he obviously casts the Fable, the Mirror Breaker. And then I Brutal Cathar, get rid of the token, I attack with all, make another token. Like this deck I'm playing is, I swear, a mid-range powerful deck. But the way it looks right now to opponent is like, man, this guy's playing aggro. Six damage. Opponent's sweating. If I draw an untapped land, which they all are, I don't play any tapped lands in this deck. No, I do. I play 2 of those cycling Nile lands, actually. But any untapped land, and I could lay down arms and Brutal Cathar, get rid of the 2 blockers he's probably going to have, and then that'll result in a scoop. Maybe I should change my my YouTube name to Nostradamus, because man, I'm making some sick predictions. I'm kind of sick of missing land drops, so I'll fetch a plains with Ambitious Farmhand, and then having 2 plains lets me cast Laydown Arms. It's fine. Go grab the plains. Laydown Arms, the Harvester. And that's good. Get in for 4. Opponent's on 12. It really sucks to use Brutal Cathar on the Mirror Breaker once it flips the reflections. Because then if it just kills it, it just starts all over. Didn't really get rid of it. Might just attack with all and get him with the Wandering Emperor, assuming the Kiki Jiki's gonna block something. Or I can play slow. Not really in a rush here. Let's attack with all and see what he blocks. If I can kill the reflections, I think that's worth. That's pretty good. I get in for 2 in the end. The reflections dies and my token lives.
I hope you're ready to lose. Remember your training.
What's good too is I don't have anything great in the graveyard for Invoke Justice. I mean, Adeline is pretty good. But now, he's going to put the Wandering Emperor in my graveyard. And then I could just target that.
I'm never
Hopefully
done
attacks
for
with the
good.
Teething Wormlet. So it's tapped. Opponent does. Opponent's a good friend.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. I am
Now
almost
opponent
sad to
realizes
see
that he
you
is
go.
not playing against any kind of aggro deck whatsoever. Huh. Never even seen this Planeswalker.
2 beauties coming at you.
Years of training for this.
I think I have seen this. Somebody pulled it in draft and I gave it a quick read. Got 1 card in the graveyard. That's fine. Oh yeah, right, of course. Alright, you did it. Since I have so many counters on the creatures, I'll just leave the Sanctuary Warden's shield counters alone. Might be relevant.
Of course I can improve on ancient designs.
Warning Announcement's a good draw, but you don't really want to cast it when you could cast a Sanctuary Warden. It just isn't as good. And now the thing is, he's got 1/1 flyers, so it's like those are pretty good for taking off shield counters. So they get pretty devalued here. Should have thought of that last turn, but it's okay. I could play my Sanctuary Warden pre-combat, remove one from this Sanctuary Warden, remove the second one when it attacks, so the Thoppers don't have any value in blocking it, chumping it. Actually, if I don't, if I take it off and he doesn't have it one on, he could go 3, 4, 5, triple block it, and then it would die. I think that's good for me if he loses both of his flyers and his breach creature. So I'm gonna give him that option. Say, opponent, are you interested in triple blocking? He isn't. That's when it dies, right? Alright, well, getting rid of it. I've just gone so deep into my deck now.
I know exactly what the metal wants to be.
I get it, opponent. You're doing cool things. You're at no risk of running out of things to do. Making a ton of 1/1s. Okay, I lose a Warden. That's fine. Here we go with this. Yes, yes. Then I get rid of his Planeswalker. Lets me draw a card. Oh, I should have attacked with 2 creatures. No biggie. Any lands in my graveyard? No.
I was all flash, not enough force.
So you farmhand, you grab a land, play the winning announcement. Makes a 1/1. Not like I need another 1/1, but it's not a horrible thing. That's a good turn. Opponent's strong. He makes 2 1/1s every turn. Gains a life, I lose a life. He's got the Harvester, he could kill my last Warden. Mirror Breaker too. He's doing things. I still think I'm gonna win this game. So It says time to say math is for blockers. I was feeling just transforming the farmhand more than anything else before this attack. And that's probably what I'll end up doing anyways. Gaining 3 life is good for me. Then it lives. I've got so much mana. I'll access at 10 mana next turn. I could Sanctuary Warden and Wandering Emperor. Empering Wanderer. That's funny.
Give me a piece of scrap and I'll win anything.
Man, those jump blockers are annoying. I have a Cathar in the graveyard. I'd go Paragon, 3 for Cathar, 3 for Cathar, get rid of both of his flyers. That's definitely what I'm doing. Paragon. Cathar. Sacrifices it to the anvil. No, he doesn't. Cathar. Part of the reason I attacked with all last turn is because I figured he'd do some good blocks and kill some of my things. He hadn't seen the Serra Paragon yet. Now I have so much in the graveyard for it. Gaining 3 is super good. This will make 6 life gained by the seasoned Cathar. Oh, I gained life. Wait, maybe I didn't gain it last turn either. Did he do that last turn? Would have been smart of him. I know he sacked things after blocks.
Think swift like a Felidar.
Scries 1, leaves it there, taps that to draw it. Okay. Gets deeper. Gets 2 1/1s. Gets to 5. 6. And he's got those 2 anvils that he could get up to 8 to. Destroy another permanent. Oh, he goes for the Paragon? Not the Sanctuary Wardens? Poor guy doesn't know I have a Paragon in hand. Oh, why doesn't he kill the bigger one? Does he have another removal spell? He has 4 blood tokens. He could totally kill the 8/8. Opponent making such bad decisions, I'm getting nervous. I have a Brutal Cathar. So I just Paragon. There it is. Good game, opponent. It was a lot longer than I thought. It was 18 minutes. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it. Thanks a lot for watching. 4 wins in a row. This deck is good. Check it out.